நம்முடைய தமிழ் மொழி உலகிலேயே மிகவும் தொன்மையான மொழி. எந்த தேசத்திடம் இருக்கின்றதோ அந்த தேசத்திடம் பெருமிதம் பொங்க வேண்டுமா கூடாதா சொல்லுங்க.
செம்மொழி வலையொலி யூடியூப் சேனல். இந்த சேனலின் மூலமாக, அந்த வலையொலியின் மூலமாக பல்வேறு தகவல்களை தினந்தோறும் நாங்கள் வழங்கி கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த நிலையில் சிலப்பதிகாரம் என்ற தலைப்பில் ஒவ்வொரு பகுதியாக வழங்கக்கூடிய அந்த தொகுப்பை முழுமையாக கண்டு பார்க்கலாம்.
This is a continuation of the lecture on Thiruvasagam. The subject of Thirupuvalli, consisting of 19 stanzas, is said to be taking the victory from Maya. And the poem says, though we are inferior to dogs, he took us seriously, and with greater than a mother's tenderness, our master cut off illusive birth and made us his own. My evil deeds were laid prostrate, humbled in the dust. Let us pluck the alli flowers. Another poem from the section Thirupuvalli. Pitying the gods, he gracefully gave 3 fires. He gracefully sent fire from his sacred brow to sever 3 heads. He is the only one who wears 3 forms and is incomprehensible. He burnt 3 towns. Let us pluck the alli flowers. In Thiruvundiyar, 5 great victories of Shiva are celebrated. Number 1, destruction of the 3 towns known as Thiripuram. Number 2, destruction of Dakshan's sacrifice. Number 3, Shiva's bestowal of the milky ocean on the son of Vasishta. Number 4, Shiva's manifestation as Veerabhadra. Number 5, Shiva's victory over Ravana. And here are a few stanzas from that section. We didn't see 2 arrows in Yagamban's hand. 1 arrow burnt 3 cities, and 1 was too many. Fly aloft, Undi. Agni, the fierce god, gathered his hands of flame to collect the offering, but Shiva cut them off. Fly aloft, Undi. The glorious lord of the braided lock that day gave the sea of milk to the sun. To Kumaran's father, fly aloft, Undi. The head of the 4-faced who sits on the beauteous flower was quickly nipped off. It was cut away by Shiva's nail. Fly aloft, Undi. The twice 5 heads of Ravana who stayed the chariot and raised the hill perished, and all the 20 hands lost their strength. Fly aloft, Undi. Thiruthol Nokkam is named after a game played in Tamil Nadu. Thol Nokkam means aiming at the shoulder, since it ends up with placing the hands of each opposing pair on the shoulders of the other. It is a symbol of the approach of the soul to Shiva's feet. And here is a poem. Earth, water, fire, air, vast either, the moon, the sun and man, to the 5 senses revealed. He united himself with me in 8 ways. He moves in all the 7 worlds and in 2 regions, but he is one. He assumes several forms and stays with us. Let us play Thol Nokkam. Thiruponnoosal, that is the sacred golden swing, sings the purification of grace. Here is a song. The 2 were not able to find out if he is man or woman or eunuch. In order to redeem the honor of the gods and to save them, he ate poisonous food. He, Uttarakosha Manga, is a dancer. He is crowned with the crescent of the moon. The decade known as Annai Pattu, the mother decade, is in praise of the soul's plenitude. Here is a poem. He whose glory is known to none lives in Uttara Mangai. He abides in my heart and soul. He whom mall and iron could not see stays in my heart. What a wonder, mother, says she. In the Kuil decade, Kuil Pattu, the bird is invited to join him in praising Lord Shiva. Here is an example. The epithets applied to the quail are skillfully varied. It is pictured to us as a diminutive bird haunting the leafy groves, of a dark azure hue with a golden tint, as uttering a sweet call of a peculiarly tender kind, as possessed of a beauty gladdening the eye, and as imparting pleasure to all that hear its inviting notes. In the poem, it becomes a symbol of the human soul. Here is a song. O sweet singing quail, if you want to know about our master, his feet are planted beneath the sevenfold gulf. If we have to speak of his bright jewelled crown, its ancient glory passes speech. He knows no origin, no end, no qualities. Thiruvasagam, the sacred 10 songs, the royal insignia, is an exquisite address to the parrot, asking it to identify the king's name, land, city, river, mountain, vehicle, weapon, drum, garland, and banner. O emerald of sweet, blameless speech, which is the land owned by the master of all sevenfold world. He rules his loving ones with love and bestows unfailing grace. His land is the southern Pandi realm. Tirupalli Ezhchi, the rousing from the sacred couch, glorifies the freedom of the uplifted soul. Here is an example. O Lord Shiva, who dwells in Perundurai's sacred shrine, the tender quail sings, the cocks crow, the little birds sing, the tuneful conches sound aloud, the stars have lost their luster, the day's lights have gathered upon the eastern hill. Show to us your anklet decked, divinely bright twain feet. Koil Mutha Tirupadigam, the ancient sacred temple song, implores Shiva to bestow his grace on the saint poet. He sings, they laugh, they rejoice, they meditate, they expound and hear your words in thronging crowds. They extol, each of them individually, repeats the saving mystery of your sacred name. They cry, our head who dances in the golden court. Before these blessed beings shall I remain like a dog that jackals chase and scare. My teacher, even now bestow your grace on me. Koil Tirupadigam, the sacred temple lyric, describes the characteristics of sacred enjoyment. Here is an example. You have given me yourself. What you have got is myself. O Shankara, who is skillful? I have gained the rapturous bliss that knows no end. What one thing have you gained from me? You have taken my thought for your shrine, Shiva, who dwells in Perundurai's courts, my father, my master. You have made this body of mine your home. For this I know no proper return. In Settila Pattu, which means misery of life, the poet expresses his desire for the end of life and for the eternal bliss in Shiva. He asks Shiva, I don't cut off my body's bonds, I don't enter fire to end the strife, I don't know the method of your sacred grace, I can't bear this body, I don't discern any way to escape. Hail, hail, you rider on the warlike bull, I am not yet dead. When severed from you, what pleasure can I take? Why don't you bid me? This you do. Shiva, you dwell in the sacred shrine of Tirupperundurai, where waters flood the fertile floods. About Adaikalapattu, the refuge decade, Reverend G.U. Pope makes the following remarkable observation. He says, it seems so probable that this song was founded upon the Buddhist formula which required the devotee to utter 9 times the word Saranam. Here our author, that is Manikavasagar, takes refuge at the foot of the loving master who has called him and will at last receive him to himself. This element of personal devotion to one whom he believes to have been the supreme manifested in the flesh is very striking, Pope says, and gives a power that was wanting in the Buddhist system. We must remember that all his life, our sage, that is Manikavasagar, was brought into hostile contact with the Buddhists, and that he fashions his poems so as to afford the strongest possible contrast to that which he hated, that is to Buddhism. In all the 10 pieces in this section, Manikavasagar tells his master that he is the only safe refuge for him. He says, like clustering lotus flowers, your saints have joined your roseate feet. Being mature of mind, they are gone with you. I am a sinful man. I remain foul and vile in my body. I am devoid of wisdom. My mind is impure. Master, I am your slave. Let me make you my refuge, my shelter. In Asaipattu, the decade of desire, the poet pinpoints the yearnings of his soul. He says, I cannot reside within this garment of the flesh in which joints, bones and the brain are all bound by the strings of nerves. O King, call me. You come to men of every sort as fits their case. Rare ambrosia, O Father, I long to see you. In Adisayapattu, the decade of wonder, he thanks his master for having accepted him even though he has lived the life of a sinner. He says, listen to this surprising thing, the sole reason for which the world has named me a madman. I lived like the rest, knew no way to join me to his divine grace. I presented myself as a prey to death, to fallings into dreadful hells. My Father made me his and united me with his saints. Have you ever seen such wonders? In Punarchipattu, he wants to know when he will achieve the heavenly mystic reunion with God. He says, getting dissolved in bliss, the soul melting utterly with every proper gesture, laughing, weeping, worshipping, praising, dancing all kinds of dances, and seeing with joyous thrill that sacred form resembling the ruddy evening sky. When shall I pass in mystic union, joined with him, my flawless gem? In Vazhapattu, decade of negation of life, the poet desires absolute self-surrender and longing for release. He says, O transcendent one, covering both earth and heaven, you know I cling to none but you. O King of Sivapuram, you dwell in glorious beauty in the sacred shrine of Perundurai. If you who made me yours deny your grace, to whom shall I complain? Whom shall I blame? You know I have no joy in this sea surrounding earth. Be gracious and order me to come to you. In Arutpattu, the decade of grace, the poet requests the master to rid him of his fears and delusions. He appeals to his master, O dancer, spotless one, O ash-smeared, one with a central eye in your brow, Lord of heaven's gods, sole deity, lamenting loudly, I sought yourself through all the world, but didn't find you. Great source of being, when your devotee calls craving, be gracious to order that my fears are removed.